Now you have 2 dead babies and 1 man involved. Something could have been prevented.
If a man is under investigation for the death of a toddler in his care, you wouldn't want to leave him alone with yours. But it appears that's exactly what happened. And now a second toddler is dead.
Child advocates turned to Target 8 investigator Susan Samples to expose what they call a gap in the system designed to protect our children.
The 2 toddler deaths happened near Jackson, but child welfare watchdogs say the homicides highlight a weakness in the system that is putting other children at risk too.
And Junior was, I say, he was my ray of sunshine. He was just such a happy child.
You'd often find Jesse Pepper Jr. toddling around his grandparents' home near Jackson. They were scheduled to pick him up the next day when they got the call that Jesse's mom said she'd found the 21-month-old dead in his crib.
It's not SIDS. It's not, he wasn't sick. What happened? We had no clue.
Early autopsy findings point to blunt force trauma to multiple areas of Jesse's head. An early suspect, Scott Jurowitz, who had just moved in with Jesse's mom.
There was this boyfriend in the picture, and there was another baby in the picture, and the whole story began to unravel.
The story, Jurowitz was already a suspect in the March death of another toddler, the son of a prior girlfriend, when he started seeing Jesse Pepper Jr.'s mom. According to court documents, police say Jurowitz admitted to becoming frustrated with 18-month-old Brendan Hartranft, snatching him up and giving him a good shake.
We knew nothing.
But Jesse's mom knew. Court records say a detective warned Andrea Conaway that her new boyfriend was a dangerous individual and that if he were Jesse's mom, he would not leave his children alone with Scott Jurowitz. Child Protective Services warned her too, but Conaway reportedly told CPS she believed that Jurowitz had been set up for Brendan Hartranft's death and that she did not have any fear that Jurowitz would hurt her children.
It's astounding to me. It really is.
Tobin Miller has worked in child welfare for 20 years.
We're doing this activity in order to improve the system.
Miller is an investigator with the Office of Children's Ombudsman, a state watchdog agency that receives alerts whenever a child whose family had CPS contact dies.
It's very hard.
Miller says while the deaths of Brendan Hartranft and Jesse Pepper are extreme examples,
children are seeing multiple, caregivers, adults coming in and out of their lives, and I think there are a new set of tools that are needed for that.
It's not that Michigan CPS caseworkers have no tools to deal with so-called living together partners, usually boyfriends.
It's surprising, very surprising that further action wasn't taken.
Miller says the caseworker could have removed Jesse Jr. from his mom because she was putting him at risk. But Miller thinks CPS should require caseworkers to carefully assess risks posed by live-in boyfriends, even when they're not homicide suspects.
I think there are things that can be done on this issue, before something bad happens.
I'm on a mission now.
Cherie and J.D. Pepper want their grandson's death to prompt change and protect other children.
If you could have a perfect child, that was Junior. He loved everyone. Everyone loved him. He was just so loved.
The Department of Health and Human Services, which oversees CPS, tells me they already assess safety risks posed by live-in partners, but critics say caseworkers need to do it in a more formal, structured way. Meanwhile, Scott Jurowitz is in jail, arrested for the death of the first child shortly after the second one was killed. I'm Target 8 investigator Susan Samples.